And so the chapter actually starts with talking about Harvard and the grades of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. But I do have this chapter where I think really gives us some insight. So the chapter is called The Gentleman's C, which is that at Harvard for many, many years, your only qualification getting was to be rich and white. That was your qualification. And getting a C was considered good, not for grade inflation, but because anybody who was working hard enough to get A's or B's, what are you, poor? I mean, a C was enough if you were wealthy and in the right class to go everywhere you needed to go. So that's the thing. So this is from that chapter. I also get some insight when I'm doing consulting into white people's fears. In one coaching session, I was working with someone who was incredibly frustrated with a recent meme they had seen on Facebook, a visual representation of the difference between equity and equality. The 3-panel picture shows kids of different heights in front of a wood fence watching a baseball game. Under equality, each kid is standing on an identical box, but the fence is too high for the smaller children to see over. Under equity, the kids are standing on their exact number of boxes they would need to be able to see over the fence. Or in the case of the tallest child, no box at all, since they can already see over it. Under justice, the wood fence is replaced with no fence, removing the need for boxes entirely. At first, my client couldn't articulate what exactly about the picture upset them. Finally, they said emphatically, "It's unfair." I was baffled. I asked them to walk me through what exactly was unfair. After a minute or so, with some emotion, they said, "Well, it took away the tall kid's advantage. That kid had an advantage and now it's gone." This person was articulating the fear of losing what I call the accidental advantage. I explained to the client that the tall kid didn't do anything special. They were tall as an accident of genetics. Conversely, the shorter kids didn't do anything wrong, and to my mind, weren't asking for anything special, just for the ability to watch the game. Those explanations, unfortunately, did not assuage my client's fear, a fear that, however unfounded, didn't come from nowhere. The upset they experienced when confronted with the image was about loss, a loss they couldn't fully articulate, but could feel acutely as fear. And to them, the fear was real. So from there, I, throughout the rest of that chapter, used the tall boys analogy or the tall boys club, because it's this inherent advantage. So when people, and I wouldn't say that was specifically the issue for this person, but I will say that when a lot of people talk about being anti-DEI, that's what they're talking about. They know there is an advantage for the tall boys club, and they want to keep the advantage for the tall boys club. And what DEI does is remove their special advantage. And that is what they think is not fair. Not that we are unqualified, but that's unfair.